Good day from Ann Lacy Stadium here in Oklahoma City for the Sooner Athletic Conference Softball Championship game between the top two seeds, the host team, Oklahoma City. The Stars advancing out of the Oklahoma City bracket to take on the number 2 seed, Science and Arts, advancing out of the Chickasha bracket. No shock to see these two teams get together for the championship. USAO took care of business in their side of the bracket relatively easily. Did not go the full 7 innings in any of the 3 games they played to get here. Started off with a 12-1 5-inning victory over Southwestern Christian. Followed that up on Friday evening against Southwestern Assemblies of God, an 8-0 victory in 6 innings for the Drovers. And another win over Sagu yesterday to take they took a 10-0 victory in 5 innings in that game over Sagu. Meanwhile, OCU took the scenic route to get here. Defeated Central Christian in the first game of Friday afternoon, then took a loss to MacU 2-1 in the evening contest, forcing them to go through the losers bracket. They won 3 times yesterday. Once over Texas Wesleyan and twice over MacU to advance to the championship. OCU's the visiting team on the scoreboard today by the coin flip. KK Jackson bats first, and she takes a strike. And it's 0-1. Emily Cerny getting the start in the circle for the Drovers. 28-2 on the season, and it's quickly 0-2. That was quite a frame job by Jacqueline Gray, the catcher there. Brought it in a good 6 inches off the pitch. Here's the next pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, and 1 down. KK Jackson strikes out on 3 pitches. That brings in Riley Radacey for OCU. The numbers for Emily Cerny mentioned the 28-2 record. She has a .92 ERA and 190 and a third innings pitched. Given up 78 hits, 27 runs, 25 of those runs have been earned. Riley Radacey takes ball 1. 319 strikeouts for Emily Cerny to 37 walks. There's a strike, it's 1-1. Riley Radacey is a .346 hitter for OCU. She's the third baseman for the Stars. That's up. It's 2-1 for Riley Radacey. Swung through and missed on that one. And it's 2-2. There's a called strike 3, 2 strikeouts for Emily Cerny as Riley Radacey goes down looking. Here's Tiffany Paul. Tiffany Paul hits this one high in the air to left. It's hooking foul and lands in foul territory. And it's 0-1. 4 games between these two during the regular season. OCU with a 3-1 mark in the regular season. Doubleheader on March the 1st. Stars win 5-3 and 4-1 in that doubleheader. As another foul ball away. This one on the ground on the third base side. Then the doubleheader here at Ann Lacy Stadium just over a week ago was split between the two. OCU with a 4-1 win, and then Science and Arts with a 10-1 win, as this one's to right and playable for Sunny Mealy, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for OCU. We go to the bottom half of the inning. USAO to the bats coming up here at Ann Lacy Stadium. the first inning, the Drovers, the home team on the scoreboard, will bat now. Mackenzie Ruth, Shyla Klaus, and Amanda Moreno due up. They will face OCU starter Shelby Cornelson. Shelby is 29-3, making her 34th start, 199 innings pitched. She has a 1.79 ERA. Delivers the first pitch, and that's high. Ball one to Mackenzie Ruth. Shelby has given up 133 hits, 64 runs, 51 of those runs have been earned, 274 strikeouts for Cornelson to 65 walks. Opponents hitting 187 off Shelby Cornelson. That one is also high to Mackenzie Ruth. Stars defense playing her to bunt. Riley Radacey, the third baseman, is over halfway down the line, and Mallory McCoy just under halfway down the line from first. The 2-0 pitch, and that's up and away, and it's 3-0. Pitch. There's called strike one. Mackenzie Ruth, 460 hitter on the season. And she bunts. Radacey has it, throw to first, and Nicole Robinson, the second baseman, covering. There's one away. So here's the center fielder, Shyla Klaus. Play her to bunt also. She takes a strike. Shyla Klaus is a .320 hitter for the Drovers. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Stars defense on the infield. Riley Radacey at third, KK Jackson at short, Nicole Robinson at second, Mallory McCoy is at first. Outfield from left to right is Caitlin Jones, Tiffany Paul, and Brooklyn Mason. 0-2 is swung through and missed, and there's the first strikeout of the day for Shelby Cornelson. And that brings in Amanda Moreno. Amanda Moreno is the leading RBI hitter for USAO on the season. She's got 56 driven across this year. Takes up and away for a ball. Hitting at .366, also second on the team in homers with 6. That one's low. It's 2-0. 2 outs and the base is clear here in the bottom of the first. OCU went down 1-2-3, and Shelby Cornelson trying to do the same to the Drover batters. That missed for a ball, and it's 3-0. The wind is blowing sharply out to center. 3-0 pitch is a called strike. .3-1 is fouled away over the right side. And that runs the count to full for Amanda Moreno. .3-2 pitch from Cornelson is cracked up the middle into center field and caught by the oncoming Tiffany Paul. Ran up on it in a hurry and able to make the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Drovers. 6 up and 6 down in the first inning. We go to the second scoreless at Ann Lacy Stadium.
Leading off for the Stars, number 15, Lexi Duff.
Lexi Duff, Caitlin Jones, and Brooklyn Mason due up for OCU in the top of the second to face Emily Cerny. Lexi Duff, line shot right at Bobby Bridges, the third base coach. That's in foul territory. It's 0-1. That one's fisted into foul territory and bobbled and caught by the third baseman. Amanda Moreno coming on, bobbled it in the glove and managed to keep it off the grass. There's one away on a great defensive play in foul territory.
Now batting number 4, Caitlin Jones.
Caitlin Jones rifles that to left. That's hooking foul and lands in foul territory just in front of the fence as Mackenzie Ruth was giving chase to it. It's 1-1 to Caitlin Jones. Defense for the Drovers, Amanda Moreno at third, Sophie Williams at short, Sierra Selfridge is at second, and Savannah Ashford at first. Pitch and a little defensive swing there by Caitlin Jones is strike two. Outfield from left to right for the Drovers, Mackenzie Ruth, Shyla Klaus, and Sunny Mealy. The 1-2 outside, and it's 2-2. Caitlin Jones at .399 on the season. That's on the ground to third. Moreno has it. Throw to first. 2 away.
Now batting number 3, Brooklyn Mason.
So here's Brooklyn Mason. That one's fouled over the left side. Leading hitter by average for OCU at .453. That one bounces in for a ball. Two outs and the base is empty for the Stars right fielder Brooklyn Mason. Pitch. That's in the air to the third base side, and it's the shortstop Sophie Williams coming over to make the play as Amanda Moreno kind of lost it in the sun. It was a little deeper than the bag, and so over to make the play is Sophie Williams, and it's a 3-up and 3-down inning for OCU again. We go to the bottom half of the second in a scoreless game at Ann Lacy Stadium.
Leading off for the Drovers, number 3, Jacqueline Gray.
Jacqueline Gray, Sierra Selfridge, and Darcy Chester due up for the Drovers. In the bottom of the second inning, no base runners so far for either team. Jacqueline Gray, the catcher, takes strike one from Shelby Cornelson. Hitting at .382 on this season. It's 0-2. Jacqueline Gray had a home run. The second game for the Drovers in the tournament against SAGU. She has 4 long balls on the season. That one's high, ball 1. Here's the 1-2. It's kind of fisted foul down the first base side. Stays at 1-2. One-two pitch swung through and missed, and that's 2 strikeouts now for Shelby Cornelson. So here's Sierra Selfridge, the second baseman for the Drovers. She hits it high in the air to center. Tiffany Paul going back. It hangs in the wind, and it's off the wall. Bounces back toward the infield where it's picked up by the left fielder, Caitlin Jones, but that's a 1-out double for Sierra Selfridge. First hit of the game for either team. Here's Darcy Chester. She leads the Drover team in home runs this season. She's got 7 long balls and 30 RBIs. She's now got a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the second with 1 out. Takes a ball. The 1-0 is a called strike. It's 1-1. .324 hitter on the season, Darcy Chester. Tipped into the glove of Amy Krabaugh for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Now time called. Amy Krabaugh goes out to the circle to chat with Shelby Cornelson. Runner at second base is Sierra Selfridge. He's there with a 1-out double. Pitch. It's a slow roller out toward the circle. Cornelson picks it up, throw to first, there for the out. Quickly a throw over to third, but advancing over that way is Selfridge. So with 2 outs, Savannah Ashford comes in. There's a strike on the inner half. Savannah Ashford at 227 on the season. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. Drovers trying to bring in the first run of the game. Runner at third base is Sierra Selfridge. 0-2. Called strike three outside corner, and Shelby Cornelson gets her third strikeout of the day and strands the runner at third base after the one-out double. So no runs on one hit. There was one left for the Drovers. We go to the third scoreless at Ann Lacy Stadium.
Leading off for the Stars, number 16, Mallory McCoy.
Seven, 8, 9 for the Stars. Mallory McCoy, Amy Cravon, Nicole Robinson due up here in the top of the third, facing Emily Cerny. Mallory McCoy, a .331 hitter for OCU. It's 0-1. That's up and in. Mallory was 2 for 4 last game against MacU. And that hit her in the elbow, and the Stars have a base runner.
Off to bat, number 7, Amy Graybaugh.
So now Amy Crabaugh, who had a great day yesterday. First game against MacU, the first of 2. She was 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. And she was 2 for 3 in the if game yesterday, including a 2 RBI triple. And that one fisted back to the circle and caught out of the air by Emily Cerny. A great play.
Now batting number 14, Nicole Robinson.
Emily Cerny jumped on that quickly. It could have been trouble for her, but she's able to range over and make the play. One gone. So here's Nicole Robinson squaring to bunt but taking a strike. Foul tipped that one back. It's 0-2. Mallory McCoy running at first base by a hit by pitch. She's the first base runner for the Stars in this game. We play in the top of the third. That one bounces in, bounces away, and allows Mallory to go to second. So it's 1-2. That's outside. The count is 2-2. Cole Robinson's a .406 hitter, fouls that one off over the left side of the screen. Count stays at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. That one's out to left. It's into foul territory and caught. Caught by Mackenzie Ruth coming on. Jostled around in the glove just a little bit, but she hung on to it, and it's out number 2. We go back to the top of the order for KK Jackson. She sends that one foul to left. That's 1-1. The pitch. That's in the air to the gap, and that's down for a base hit. They're going to send Mallory McCoy around, and there's a miscommunication in the outfield. The run scores. Shyla Klaus and Mackenzie Ruth kind of ran past each other. Neither one scooped up the ball. And so it's an RBI for KK Jackson, and OCU takes the 1-0 lead.
Number 2, Riley Radesi.
And here's Riley Radesi. She fouls that one back. OCU had a couple of 2-out rallies yesterday in their 3 games that were all elimination games for OCU. Managed to win all 3 to get here as there's a strike. And it's 0-2 to Riley Radesi. Struck out looking her first time up. .346 hitter on the year, puts this one on the ground to third, scooped up by Moreno, throw to first is in time for the out. Stars put a run across in the top of the third, leave 1. So a run on a hit for OCU. They take a 1-0 lead into the bottom half at Ann Lacy Stadium.
Leading off for the Drovers, number 7, Sophie Williams.
Sophie Williams, Sunny Mealy, and Mackenzie Ruth due up for the Drovers here in the bottom of the third. OCU with a 1-0 lead. Shelby Cornelson deals a pitch, and that one's fouled back. Sophie Williams is a .330 hitter for the Drovers. It's outside, it's 1-1. Shelby Cornelson with 3 strikeouts today. Called strike 2 there. The 1-2. That's laced to left, hooking foul, and it is foul by a couple of feet. Stays at 1-2. 2 homers and 16 RBIs on the season for Sophie Williams. The 1-2. That's inside. One for 2 against Sagu yesterday. 2-2 pitch, that's in the air. 3 players coming in on it, and it will be the left fielder, Caitlin Jones, to make the play. 1 away.
Number 22, Sunny Mealy.
And here's Sunny Mealy. Called strike 1. .352 hitter for USAO on the year. That's in the air, foul and out of play. And it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2, up and away. OCU leads the all-time series with the Drovers 40-15, but as you might imagine in recent years, that is much tighter. As here's a ground ball to second. Robinson has it, throw to first, 2 gone. So Mackenzie Ruth bats. And they play her to bunt. She did bunt the first time, was thrown out by the third baseman, Riley Radacey. It's 1-0. Pitch. Called strike. A ball and a strike, 2 outs, the base is clear. Play in the bottom of the 3rd. Called strike 2. That's outside, it's 2-2. Kenzie Ruth was 1 for 3 in the decisive game yesterday. As that one's outside, the count is full. Full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pitch. Fouled back. Three-two again. Fouled back again. Shelby Cornelson delivers a pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. And Batter Mackenzie Ruth arguing she got a piece of it, and apparently she did. She did not run down to first because she got a piece of the ball, so it's still 3-2. That's high in the air, first base side. It's in foul territory, and the first baseman, Mallory McCoy, gloves it to record the out. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So for the second time in 3 innings, the Drovers go down 1-2-3. We go to the 4th inning with the Stars on top, 1-0 here at Ann Lacy Stadium.
Leading off for the Stars, number 5, Tiffany Paul.
Tiffany Paul, Lexi Duff, and Caitlin Jones due up. Tiffany Paul bunts foul. The 0-1 is fouled away to the left side. And the 0-2 from Emily Cerny. And that's out to short and gloved by the shortstop, Sophie Williams, on another great defensive play.
Now batting number 15, Lexi Duff.
Don't know how things have been in Chickasha, but here at Ann Lacy Stadium, we have seen a number of fantastic defensive plays throughout this tournament. That was another one, a backhand catch of a line drive by the shortstop, Sophie Williams. This one's popped up foul by Lexi Duff. It goes over the backstop and into the bleachers. The 0-1. That's low. That one's foul over the top. It's 1-2 to Lexi Duff. She popped up in foul territory to the third baseman to lead off the second inning. Bats here in the 4th. OCU with a 1-0 lead on the Drovers. That's outside. The count is even at 2-2. That's hit out in front of the plate. It's a fair ball, they say, and throw down to first. 2 away. Ball just went straight down onto the field of play and did not go foul, so unfortunate for Lexi Duff, but here's Caitlin Jones taking up and in. Ground ball to third, her first time up. It's this one in the air to left. Coming on is the left fielder and making the play stumbling, Mackenzie Ruth, as the shortstop, Sophie Williams, was also out there. But it was Ruth to make the catch, and the Stars go down in order in the top of the fourth. Maintain the 1-0 lead going to the bottom half of the inning at Ann Lacy Stadium.
So this is what it looks like when you're doing the acid wash. Bringing it down to the drain. And then eventually you get it to this. Oh yeah. Almost got it.
Did you really?
Almost caught it. It went in the street though, somebody got it. There's the remnants of the acid wash. So left over. And then let's see. Get rid of that last little bit. So we vacuum all that stuff up into the bucket. And that's that nasty picture you saw. It's called the soup. Soup.
Leading off for the Drovers, number 6, Shyla Klaus.
Shyla Klaus, Amanda Moreno, and Jacqueline Gray due up for the Drovers. Shelby Cornelson deals a pitch, and it's called strike. It's 0-2. Struck out her first time up, the pitch. That one's up. OCU leads 1-0. We play in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-2 is inside. Drovers have had one base runner, that by a double by Sierra Selfridge. Count is full.
Here's next up. This is Jack's favorite pool. Favorite pool. Loves it.
3-2 to the leadoff hitter in the inning, Shyla Klaus. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's 4 times that Shelby Cornelson has faced a count with 3 balls. She's retired all 4. He did that 5 times in the game against TWU to start off yesterday. It's 1-0 to Amanda Moreno. Liner to center field her first time up. Tiffany Paul making a running grab to end the first. The 1-0. Strike one. Called strike on the inner half. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and the base is clear. Fouled away. 1-2, that's inside. Two balls and two strikes. The pitch popped up, straight up, and caught by Amy Craybaugh behind the plate.
Hey, Evan, want some soup?
Out to bat number 3, Jacqueline Gray.
Brings up Jacqueline Gray. Oh, 0-1. Struck out swinging her first time up. That led off the second inning for the Drovers. Oh, 0-1 swung through and missed. That's fouled over the top. Stays at 0-2.
What's that? I have one.
0-2 count, 2 outs, and the base is clear. Fouled back to the screen. Jacqueline Gray at 382. Oh, 0-2 pitch.
Come around.
That's called strike. That's strike 3. Did we lose track of the count? What's going on? That's strike 3.
Right there. Right there. Talk to him. Hey, send it out there.
What in the world is going on?
You saw it. Come on, man.
That's the old oops, I gave the wrong signal, apparently. So they say it's ball 1, 1-2. Pitch, fouled away. Tell you what, this officiating crew is going to have a mess on its hands if Jacqueline Gray starts a rally here. The 1-2. That's in the air and caught by KK Jackson just on the outfield grass from short. What a play for the Stars shortstop. And that makes it kind of an adventurous but still a 1-2-3 inning, ending with a pop-up to short from Jacqueline Gray. We go to the 5th inning. OCU up 1-0 on the Drovers of USAO from Ann Lacy Stadium.
Why do you know this?
I don't. Evan would probably do it. Oh, Evan knows. Evan knows.
Leading off for the Stars, number 3, Brooklyn Mason.
Brooklyn Mason, Mallory McCoy, and Amy Craybaugh, the scheduled hitters for OCU here in the top of the 5th. Stars lead 1-0 over the Science and Arts Drovers here in the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship game. Emily Cerny deals a pitch, and it's a called strike. Brooklyn Mason popped up to the shortstop to end the second.
Sounds so much like my name, but spelled so different. Think about it. No.
Ball one.
Genre.
453 hitter for OCU, Brooklyn Mason, the right fielder. Touches that one out to left in foul territory. Makes it 1-2. Combined 3 for 6 yesterday in the 2 games against MacU. Called strike 3 on the inner half. Third strikeout of the day for Emily Cerny. The first since the first inning. She struck out the first 2 she faced. Here in the 5th gets her third. Here's Mallory McCoy, who scored the Stars' only run after a hit by pitch, takes ball 1. Sends that one foul down the third base line. It's a ball and a strike, 1 out and nobody aboard. There's a called strike 2. Pitch, that's low. The 2-2 reaches out, sends that one up the middle. That's a base hit just past the glove of Selfridge at second base. So Mallory McCoy reaches base for the second time and brings up Amy Craybaugh. Popped up to the circle her first time up. Ball 1. That's inside. It's 2-0. Fouled back, 2-1. Amy Craybaugh at .369 on the season. 5 home runs, 31 RBIs. The pitch, check swing inside, 3-1. Take 3-1 is fouled back. It's full count. The pitch, called strike 3. Runner goes, throw to second, gets away on the slide. Mallory McCoy is at second base. Amy Craybaugh strikes out. Out number 2. So here's Nicole Robinson. Seventh stolen base of the season for Mallory McCoy. Nicole Robinson sends that one foul to the left side. Stars scored the only run of the game with 2 outs on an RBI double by K.K. Jackson that scored Mallory McCoy, who's the runner at second base here again. This time it's Nicole Robinson at the plate, and it's 1-1. Fouled out to left. Her first time up. 1-1, fouled off the plate. The 1-2. It's in the air to center. That's going to be playable for the center fielder Klaus, and that's the end of the inning. Stars strand 1 after the 1-out single by Mallory McCoy. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. OCU with a 1-0 lead on the Drovers of Science and Arts.
This is state of emergency. What you want me to do? I'm sorry. I'm back. Let's go get us, Johnny. Hey, 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 hey. Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, birthday. Show me what you got, shawty. Show me what you got, baby. Hands up in the grave. Get a jump or something. I already gave the summer some. It's the winter's turn. Won't be old as the coldest. I just get better with time like always. One, young, but don't do it like a snowflake. Okay, what you got, babe? Words are slurring, engine nerving. Mommy front, but I'm so determined. Shots of a throne, now she in the zone. I ain't talking about the 2-3. Mommy in the zone like the only 2-3. Jordan change, make my fingers go ball and sing. I am the mic, Jordan, I'm recording. You might wanna go back to recording. She writes out the cards so far, so you go for the hype of being brave and make applaud him. The misery I will show him.
Hot day in Oklahoma City.
For the Drovers, number 4, Sierra Selfridge.
91 degrees officially. Feels like upper 90s. There is a stiff breeze. It's blowing out of the south, and that means straight out to center field here at Ann Lacy Stadium. Hasn't been much of a factor yet. Stars lead at 1-0 over the Drovers as there's strike 1 to Sierra Selfridge, who has the only hit of the day for the Drovers, a double in the second. She's been the only base runner that the Drovers have had today against Shelby Cornelson, and she's down 0-2. Pitch. And that's sent left side and is fouled by about a softball out. Just beyond the line, stays 0-2. .365 hitter for the Drovers. Fouled back. The 0-2. Called strike 3, inner half.
Very nice. Very nice. That is your
5 strikeouts for Shelby Cornelson. Here's Darcy Chester. That's low. Strike 1. Ball and a strike. Grounded back to the circle in the second inning. Strike two. One ball, two strikes, one out. Bases clear. Bottom of the fifth inning. Fouled back. One, two is up and in. And it's 2-2 for Darcy Chester, the DP. .324 hitter on the year. The pitch inside, and it's a full count. 3-2 from Cornelson. Hit to center. Tiffany Paul goes back, reaches up, makes a catch on the run, 2 away. Brings in Savannah Ashford. It's 0-1. One is fouled back. It's 0-2. Savannah Ashford struck out looking to end the second and end the scoring threat in that inning for the Drovers. They had a runner at third base when Cornelson got the strikeout. The 0-2 popped up behind the plate, and that's going to be in the bleachers. Stays 0-2. Pitch number 80 from Shelby Cornelson right now. Popped up on the infield for the second baseman. Nicole Robinson makes the play. A 1-2-3 inning for the Drovers. Same score as we go to the sixth. OCU leads 1-0 over the Drovers of USAO at Ann Lacy Stadium.
Off for the Stars, number 1, KK Jackson.
Top of the order due up in the top of the sixth for OCU. KK Jackson, Riley Radacey, and Tiffany Paul. Emily Cerny on for her sixth inning of work. Jackson fouls the first one away. Struck out swinging to lead off the game. RBI double in the third to bring in the Stars' only run. Bunts, third baseman picks it up, throw to first, bobbled, but in time for the out. Close play, but out number one, and Riley Radacey comes in for OCU. And she sends that one to center field. Klaus coming on, makes the catch, 2 away. Brings in Tiffany Paul. 2 line drives today for Tiffany Paul. Takes ball 1. Line to right and line to short. The 1-0. Jammed her and fouls it away. And caught it in the face mask off the foul ball. A ball and a strike, 2 outs, nobody aboard. Pitch on the ground, that's foul, third base side. It's 1-2. The 1-2, low and in. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one's fouled to left. Playing in the top of the 6th, Sooner Athletic Conference Championship game. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Emily Cerny. And we go to the home half of the 6th. Same score, 1-0. OCU leads USAO in the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship.
For the Stars, number 7, Sophie Williams.
Change it to the Drovers.
Sophie Williams, Sunny Mealy, and Mackenzie Ruth due up for USAO here in the bottom of the 6th. Strike 1 to Sophie Williams. popped up to left field to lead off the third. Fouls that one back. It's 0-2. Shelby Cornelson deals a pitch. Fouled back. 330 hitter on the season, Sophie Williams. Playing shortstop today for the Drovers. Pitch. Called strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Shelby Cornelson. Here's Sonny Mealy. That one's way inside. She backs out of the way. Ground ball to second base her first time up. 352 hitter this season. That one's low. It's 2-0. One out and the base is clear. Bottom of the 6th inning. That's up. Three balls, no strikes, one out. Pitch. Strike 1. And the 3-1. Sent foul, third base side, and the count is full. Nineteen RBIs this season for Sonny Mealy. Sends that one back to the backstop. Just trying to get on base here, put the tying run aboard for the Drovers in the bottom of the 6th. She bats with one out. Called strike 3. Cornelson does it again, thriving on the pressure. Fell back 3-0, comes back to get the strikeout, number 7 of the game. Here's Mackenzie Ruth, who's 0 for 2. Takes ball 1. Out on a bunt in the first. She's squaring to bunt here in the Stars defense, playing her to do that. Called strike 1. Popped up in foul territory to first base. That ended the third. The pitch, and that's sent out to left field. That's a base hit, a 2-out single for Mackenzie Ruth. The tying run is aboard for the Drovers here in the bottom of the 6th. second hit of the game for the Drovers, each team with 2 hits. Brings in Shyla Klaus. Time call. .320 hitter on the season. They play her to bunt. Ball 1. Klaus has struck out twice. Fouls out when back, it's 1-1. The 1-1. High, runner goes, throw to second. In time for out number 3. Mackenzie Ruth caught stealing to end the 6th. Two strikeouts for Shelby Cornelson in the frame, a base hit for Mackenzie Ruth, but she's caught stealing, and we go to the 7th. OCU on top 1-0 over USAO in the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship.
Leading off for the Stars, number 15, Lexi Duff.
Four, 5, 6, 2 up for OCU in the 7th. Lexi Duff, Caitlin Jones, and Brooklyn Mason. Emily Cerny deals the pitch, called strike 1. Lexi Duff is 0 for 2. The 0-1, that's popped up. It's going to go into foul territory, playable, and caught by the third baseman, Amanda Moreno, 1 away. Second time that Lexi Duff has fouled out to third. And that brings in Caitlin Jones. Jones puts that on the ground to third. Moreno has it, throw to first, 2 gone. And here's Brooklyn Mason. Pitch. Strike 1. Brooklyn Mason 0 for 2, popped up to short, struck out looking. One and 1. Two outs and the base is clear. The pitch. Defensive swing, and it's into right field. A 2-out single for Brooklyn Mason. Just trying to fight one off, and she found a hole.
Number 16, Mallory McCoy.
Mallory McCoy now in. She's had the best day at the plate today, reaching base 2 times. Swings and fouls that one third base side. Was once hit by the pitch, then singled in the 5th. She scored the Stars' only run, in fact, the only run of the game in the 3rd off of that hit by pitch. Now puts it on the ground to 3rd. Moreno races up on it, throw to 1st, and that's the end of the top of the 7th. The Stars strand 1 after the 2-out single, and we go to the bottom half of the 7th in a 1-0 game. The Drovers need a run to extend the game, 2 to win it in the bottom of the 7th.
For the end of this game, we'll have the trophy presentation for the winner of this contest. That will be immediately following the completion of this game.
I want to see your turn. Okay. No. Keep your eyes open, dude. Okay. Have his rally hat on. Don't go in the sun. Okay. Keep them open. Are you ready? Open.
Shyla Klaus, Amanda Moreno, Jacqueline Gray. Trying to rally the Drovers. OCU leads 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Shelby Cornelson deals high. Shyla Klaus was at the plate when Mackenzie Ruth was caught stealing last inning, so she leads off. 320 hitter. Puts it on the ground, stopped by Riley Radesi at 3rd, throw to 1st, in time, nice play. Stars were playing the bunt, and it was not a bunt, it was kind of a hot shot, and Riley put a glove on it, 1 gone. Here's Amanda Moreno. Up and in. 0 for 2 for Moreno today. Line drive to center field. And a pop-up behind the plate to the catcher. The pitch. Strike 1. The 1-1 bounces in, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bases clear, bottom of the 7th. Pitch inside. It's 3-1. The 3-1 popped up on the infield. KK Jackson, the shortstop, records the out, 2 away. So here's Jacqueline Gray. Outside ball one. Jacqueline Gray's 0 for 2. Struck out to lead off the second. Popped up to short to end the fourth. And she bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh. The 1-0. Strike one. That's to the outfield, in the gap, on the run, making the catch in right field, Brooklyn Mason, ball game. What a play. On a tournament full of defensive plays, it's Brooklyn Mason to make the last one for OCU. The Stars win it 1-0 in the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship game. That ball was crushed to the right center gap, and Brooklyn Mason racing over to make the catch for out number 3. One to nothing the final score. Shelby Cornelson. Another fantastic game in the circle for OCU. And a great game for Emily Cerny as well, giving up just the 1 run on 3 hits and striking out 5 in her 7 innings of work. Stars managed the run in the 3rd inning off of a hit by pitch. Mallory McCoy was aboard with a leadoff hit by pitch, and KK Jackson drove her in with 2 outs, and that was the only run of the game.
Commissioner John Martin would like to present the 2022 SAC Softball Tournament Trophy to the Oklahoma City University Stars.
We have the trophy presentation. Commissioner John Martin out to hand the trophy to the OCU team. And the 5th-year senior, KK Jackson, the one to hold the trophy. She drove in the game's run in the 3rd inning. After the 3rd inning, OCU had 2 base runners. That was it. Mallory McCoy had a single, and Brooklyn Mason did as well. The Drovers, 2 base runners in the game. A 1-out double for Sierra Selfridge in the 2nd. She was stranded at 3rd base, and then Mackenzie Ruth had a 2-out single in the 6th, but was caught stealing to end that inning. We go over the statistics for both teams as far as hitting goes. 2 hits for the Drovers, Selfridge and Ruth. Selfridge was 1 for 2. Ruth was 1 for 3 in the contest. And for OCU, their 3 hits. Mallory McCoy, 1 for 2. KK Jackson, 1 for 3. Brooklyn Mason was also 1 for 3. Jackson had the RBI, and McCoy scored the run. OCU wins the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship 1-0 over the Drovers of Science and Arts out of Chickasha. Stars took the scenic route to do it. Lost a game to MacU on Friday night to put them into the losers bracket to enter Saturday. Won over TWU 4-1. Then got a 5-inning, 12-0 victory over MacU in the first of the elimination games. Forced the if game and took that one yesterday to advance to the championship game today. Drovers, meanwhile, raced their way through the Chickasha bracket. Didn't play a full 7-inning game at all. Played 2 5s in a 6-inning game on their way to the championship round here at Ann Lacy Stadium, but the Stars get the better of the Drovers today. 4 wins in 5 tries against USAO this season, in fact, for OCU. And they win this one 1-0 for the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship.
That's a longer game, too. So you're in it for the long haul.
So that'll do it for us here at Ann Lacy Stadium. We thank you for joining us all weekend long here in the Oklahoma City bracket and also in the Chickasha bracket. Had some great softball this weekend and some great softball still to come. The national tournament. Both these teams will be there in the national tournament, so keep an eye on that. Thanks for joining us this week on the Sooner Athletic Conference Network.